Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you guys in so long. It's me, Grim Essentials, and today we're gonna be playing this new game called Little Fox while also reacting to this crazy video called that.
There's this ridiculous rule that exists in my family where if my older sister Magda isn't dating anyone, then I can't either.
Makes sense.
Well, it sucks, but I decided I was going on a date anyway. I planned it perfectly. My sister was holed up in her room, and my dad was working late. I wore one of my mom's old slinky dresses and used her perfume. If she were still alive, she'd let me date. I know that for sure. Anyway, I looked good, and I knew Jeremy would think so too.
Ew.
We met online, and he had been dying to go on a real date with me for months. And our first date went so well.
Okay, and that is your first mistake. First off, you met the guy online. You already know things are about to go downhill.
We kissed in the back row of the movies. Then he said he had a surprise for me. At the end of the date, he took me to an abandoned building that had an amazing view. As we looked out at the view, he leaned in to kiss me. And then the next moment, I felt my phone vibrating.
Family friendly.
Here we go again.
It was my dad. Oh no! But it gets worse. I picked up because he kept calling, and when he asked where I was, I told him I was studying at my friend Casey's.
Lion mother pizza.
Then he said, "Oh really? Since when does Casey live on a rooftop? And since when is Casey a boy with his hands all over you?" I froze, and then I ducked down. Oh my gosh, was my dad following us? Eleanor, you get home right now before I come over there and show that boy a piece of my mind. Next time you choose to disobey me, don't choose a building opposite my office.
Ah, stupid teenagers, am I right? Just so dumb. So dumb.
Then he hung up. I peered over the edge, and sure enough, there was my dad, standing in the middle of his office, staring at me with his arms crossed. I was in deep trouble. Not only was I not allowed to date again, I was also grounded, pretty much for life. Why did my life have to suck this much? My dad reminded me of his stupid rule, and I glared at Magda. I asked her why she couldn't be normal and get a boyfriend for once. But she just laughed and said all boys were jerks and then slammed her door. I missed Jeremy so much. He didn't even go to the same school as me, so it's not like I could even see him there. But eventually, I hatched a plan. I had no idea if it would work, but it was worth a try.
Whatever your plan is, don't do it.
I created a fake account on Instagram and then sent my sister a message. I didn't expect her to reply, so I was totally shocked when she did. And for like an hour, we talked back and forth, and she even sent me a selfie, and she was wearing lipstick. I had to try hard not to laugh, and I went to knock on her door, and she shouted at me that she was busy. Yep, busy texting this fake guy, aka me, I thought to myself.
All I want to say is I don't like her already.
Ha! For a few days I played along, pretending I was this mysterious, gorgeous guy. But then, of course, my sister asked if they could meet up. What now? I started to panic. I told her I was busy, but she kept asking. It honestly made me feel kind of sorry for her. Was she that desperate? So I called Jeremy and asked for a favor. I begged Jeremy to pretend to be this guy I'd made up and go meet my sister for a date.
Okay, see, this is probably the part where everything starts to spiral downhill because no.
Wasn't up for it at all, but I said it would mean we could see each other again. All he had to do was go out on a date with her, and then surely my dad would let me go out on dates again too. Surefire plan, right? The night of her date, I got a knock on my door. It was my sister asking if she could borrow a pair of heels. I almost spat my drink everywhere. My sister in heels? I gave her a smirk and said, "Who is he? Come on, spill." But she just threw a pillow at me and said it was none of my business. I couldn't wait to hear how the date went, and Jeremy had promised to text me all through the date, but he didn't. So when I finally heard the front door, I called him. I was kinda angry, but he said not to worry, that it all went well, and Magda was interested in a second date. That wasn't part of the plan, though. At breakfast the next morning, my sister looked all loved up. It made me feel a bit sick, actually.
Oh my gosh, you felt a bit sick? It's not like you're dating the same guy or anything.
Dad could tell straight away that she'd met someone. And when she asked him if she could go on a second date, I quickly piped in and said, now I could date too. But then the worst news ever. My dad said I could only date if it was a double date with Magda. How the heck would we do that?
Alright, I'm gonna just stop it right here because this video is getting a little too long for my liking. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. And just yeah, if you want a part 2 of this, because you know there's more, then yeah, just do what you gotta do and comment down below saying you want a part 2. Thank you, and yeah, hasta luego.